Yo, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I don't even have words for it. This is amazing. I didn't think this would happen this quick. Yeah. If I didn't get to your question this time around, we're gonna do another Q&A at 10,000 subs, so don't forget to sub. How skilled of a counter would you rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, and why? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your goals? Keep grinding. Thanks, man. Let's say 10 is the best counter you can be. You know all the deviations, have lots of experience, and never make a single mistake ever. 1 is the guy who learns counting for a month, goes to the casino with a couple grand, wins for a couple weeks, then loses it all because the game was never really good. I give myself a 6.9. I'm proficient at counting, practice often, and have had my game tested out by other counters. However, even though I can count and know the basic deviations, I sometimes regress slightly because I can't get in the right amount of practice time or play because of my day job. So I'm right on the cusp of being an above average counter. 5 years, I hope to have lived through my full-time playing career and hope to have come back to part-time play. Really, over the next couple of years, I want to enjoy the journey that card counting will hopefully lead me on. What was your starting bankroll when in your first session? I'm assuming that you mean my first session ever. Like everyone else, I went to the casino a little before I was ready and was only playing with a total bankroll of $3,000. Now, this was the money I decided to use as my practice bankroll so I could get in casino practice, but I knew there would be a high probability of losing it while I built my real bankroll. Did you adjust your bet spread when you moved to the $10 minimum table, and if so, what? To what? This question was specific to the video, but I think a lot of people just ask. In terms of all casinos, I adjust my bet spread slightly, but a lot of the games that are near me are somewhat similar, so I don't have to change it too much. And I usually use CVCX, but if I'm like on my phone or just have my laptop that doesn't have CVCX on it, I'll use the pro betting software that comes with BJA. Shout out to BJA, they're lit. Where did you first find out about card counting, and how long ago did you start? Thanks. Thank you. Carl is handsome? Pause. Like a lot of people, I saw the movie 21 in high school and thought it was lit, but I was in high school and therefore I was 17 and therefore couldn't go to casinos, so I was like, this is stupid. Then in college, I was like, this is kind of cool, and then I started to find out and research about BJA, but then I was broke, so I still couldn't do it. And then about a year ago, it all clicked. I was like, oh, I know about BJA, I know that card counting is actually real, and I actually have some money, so I can do this now. I'm just have one very simple question. I count to a certain degree, but I have never spent real money whilst counting. I don't get how that works. How much anger and stress do you get when you are counting? The count is high and you keep losing tens and hundreds of dollars nonstop. When the count goes high, you're gonna lose because that's how the game works. Like, even if the count's high, you have to lose because when you count, you're not gonna win all the time. I think the first couple of times it happened, I was definitely mad and I was stressed about the fact that I could be playing bad. Now, it all sucks. It feels awful. I'm not trying to say that anything else, but I've grown to be more accepting of it as like a part of the process. And as long as I know my game is good, I'm just like, well, I just gotta fucking take it, man, you know? How do you avoid backups? I get this question so many times. Right now, I don't bet with enough money to raise eyebrows at the casino. Right, you guys, I tell you my spreads, it's like max is 2 hands of 100. That's not that much in comparison to even people who just gamble. Some people gambling with like $300-400 a hand. So I'm really not that big of a fish in the pond. Also, look at your screen. What color is it? Okay, now what color is it? That's why. Casinos are looking for 20 to 40-year-old white dudes who look like they live and breathe math. How do you record in casinos? Okay, so when I go in the casino, I make sure I have my camera, and then I take it and put it under my shirt like this. Usually. When did you start card counting and how old are you? I started 1 year ago and I'm 69. I don't show my face on the channel. I don't really share much about myself on the channel for a reason. What is your worst bad beat in a casino and how much did you lose and what did you learn from it? I lost close to $2,000 in the sweaty Spaniard in Vegas off the strip. It taught me that the margins we are playing with are very slim, and starting before your game is ready will not only hurt you financially, but mess with your confidence as a player. You must get your game up to the level before you get out there and play. I also learned that even though you'll win in the end, it still fucking sucks to lose. But I mean, that's just like everything in life, man. You're not gonna win before you lose. A lot of people in their life have never had to go through that point where you fucking lose all the time. You ever thought about playing poker? How long does it take on average, in your opinion, to get to a profitable level for card counting? Haven't really gotten into it. I obviously go to poker nights with my friends and stuff, but that's really it. Honestly, it seems like something I would definitely be into. I think I just need to get a couple books and, like, you know, really cement myself before I try to go after it. I would say card counting is always profitable as long as you're playing correctly, but I say it takes an average person about 6 months to a year to get their skills up to the level needed to play. Obviously, you could do it faster. You just need to train more than the average person. Hypothetically speaking, couldn't you count cards online with a live dealer? Yes, but online casinos are illegal in the US, and I would never be a part of something illegal like that. Which casino in Philly got a 6-deck and $15 table? Both of them. Awesome. You are definitely a successful card counter. Thanks, man. I love the supportive comments. They make me happy. By the way, I'm just really curious about what software you use to practice card counting in the video. I practice on BJA, Blackjack Apprenticeship. God, I couldn't say that. But I also think practicing with real cards has really helped solidify my game, and I do that a lot now. I try to do that daily. Do you count the time you are back counting as time spent counting? Yes, basically when I back count, I am betting 0, not playing, at those true counts, and then actually betting once the true count gets high enough. How do you know how much dex is in the decks? What? How much do you know? How do you know how much decks the decks are in? Bro, this shit hurt my brain. How do you know how many decks there are? Usually, if you practice enough and you play enough blackjack, you could just tell. But if you're unsure, like the first couple times I went to the casino, I was unsure, I just ask. Isn't that a little suspicious to be asking the dealer that question? They might suspect me as a card counter. No. Any specific course you took or everything you learned was off YouTube, the web? Yes, I talked about Blackjack Apprenticeship. Great help, amazing resource. I think it definitely was a major help in me getting to where I am. I also read 3 books that I think were really helpful. Those 2 are very helpful when it comes to card counting specifics, but the Big Book of Blackjack was kind of gave me a really big history in the game of blackjack itself, and I think was like, you know, has really helped me become interested in the topic. And you know, what city you in? I play in California, Tokyo. Still not understanding? You never worked out or have that much money? You only been to very private gyms? And since $350 was a big win, and $350 can add up to a good dollar, but doesn't sound like you're rich, so a Gold's, LA, or Planet Fitness, or Crunch, etc., these are new to you? A grown man in the comment section, instead of typing TO, types the number 2 is crazy. Peace, bro. That's crazy shit.